I wanted to give this guy, the Parkzone Mini Vapor, one more try outside. It's another morning where it's dead still, although rather misty, although the mist I think is already beginning to lift as the sun comes up. See, you can actually move where the battery mounts. The battery mounts on this little slider, and I had it about there before, which was where I was flying it indoors, which makes it flying quite a nose-up attitude. So I'm thinking, let's try, I don't know, that may be too much, but let's try moving the battery a bit forward and see if we can make it fly a little more, you know, less nose up, so it'll actually move forwards a little bit more, perhaps. We'll see. We shall see. It's really hard to find anything to get hold of it by, because it's, you know, like it's all sort of wire and carbon and whatever. You know, there's just not much to get hold of it by without breaking things. They're the little servos. So we'll see. So, I may have gone too far. It may be too nose heavy now. But we'll see. No, I wouldn't say that's too nose heavy. Not really. It's still flying fairly nose up, even like that. And the problem is also you do tend to have to fly it virtually full throttle the whole time just to keep it in the air, which it would be nice if you could keep it in the air without flying it full throttle the whole time, but it just doesn't seem to be possible, because in fact, I think I did better gaining some altitude yesterday. I can't really gain any altitude with it now. This is the thing. But it possibly does fly, arguably, a little bit more conventionally, like this, with less weight to the nose, with a weight more to the nose. I beg your pardon, with less, so it's less tail heavy. This is the battery it comes with. This is the, well, I bought an extra one. It only comes with one, I think. But I mean, they're the batteries that are recommended for it. I don't know whether you could fly it with anything else. They're sort of miniature stick batteries, 70 milliamp hour. They don't supply a lot of power, especially considering that you have to fly it at full throttle. What is it doing? Fair question. What is it doing? I think I got confused whether it was facing towards me or away from me there. And it rocks around all the time. Well, I guess that's because of the breath of wind. And there's the engine gone. That's it. That's as much motor running as you get out of one battery. Well, and you've got to be, as I say, extremely careful when you pick it up, because there's almost nothing to pick it up by. You can't, you know, if you pinch it much, you'll break it. And we got the motor to go again. But that was definitely low voltage cut off. It was the motor cutting itself off because of low voltage. Tiny little motor, and geared as well, notice. See, there's the motor does not drive in the propeller directly. It's running the motor's running considerably faster than the propeller. It's running around there on a gear. Oh well, I just wanted to give it a little bit of a chance flying with the battery there. I don't know. I think I do, as I say, I do have one more battery. Oops. Maybe we'll just try the other battery and go, I don't know whether it's a good idea, go even a bit more nose heavy. I don't know, whatever you do, I don't think you're going to get much, much speed or much altitude out of it, really, and it's very hard to hold, as I say, because there's just nothing there to get hold of. Okay, let me see. Especially when you want to, you've got to be really careful. There's a wire going there, and you don't want to pinch that wire, because if you break that tiny little wire, then your control is messed up. Yeah, the problem is the weight's further forward now, but I don't have much choice but to fly it fairly nose up, because just to keep it in the air, which is probably why I balanced it so it was more nose up before, because you've pretty much got to fly it fairly nose up, because if you put the nose down, it descends. It won't really fly level without descending with the nose down, pretty much. Although arguably for outdoor flying it possibly is better with the weight further forward like this. Yeah, I suppose it's making a little bit more progress through the air, possibly, with the weight down like this. With the weight on the nose a little bit more. It flies, you can fly it either way. It's not a problem with it. It doesn't go out of control or whatever either way, because it's just sort of drifting and floating and whatever, really. It's not doing much. But yes, honestly, I think probably it is actually flying better with the battery further forward like this. It's flying a little bit more like an aeroplane when you put the battery further forward like this. It's actually sort of moving round somewhat. Let's see if we can actually contrive to get it to do a figure of 8. I don't see any reason why not. It's just got so little power, though. This is the problem. I think we're running out of power entirely again. Let's try and bring it back towards us. And there's a breath of wind that's rocking it. Whoa. No. Do not go on. If you're going to land, don't do it in the long grass. Thank you. When there's even a breath of wind, it gets hard to steer it. It's rocking around because of what little breath of wind there is. It's a funny version of flying, but it is sort of a version, I guess. It struggles to fly. It really does struggle to fly. Whoops, and it's gone and landed under the table, but that'll do. That'll do, I guess. We'll just cradle it and pick it up. It doesn't, it flies. It doesn't, so long as there's no wind to blow it away, it doesn't do anything too. You can see why it doesn't. It's not got much thrust off that little motor and propeller. Not much thrust at all, so it's not surprising it doesn't do much. And it doesn't. It's pretty much a strain to keep it aloft. Anyway, I think that's about it really for that guy. So now that's got the battery pretty far forward there. There you go. So a bit more of the Parkzone Mini Vapor.